Welcome back, my warriors, to more GreedFall. Guys, today is the last video for GreedFall. Yes, the end has come since we're nearing it. Since we're already in the spot before we have to, continue from the point of no end. But before we do any of that, I have some clips I want to show you guys of the current dead save. I'm actually very lucky because in that save I have a coin guard, take over Hikmet. And the thing about the coin guard is that they don't like us. Now I know there's probably a way to get them to like us. Actually, I know there's a way to get them to like us. There's the mission where you have to help them, when they're being attacked by the beast. And if you help the commander there, I think that they'll give you enough reputation to where when you save them at the end of the mission or tell them that everything's okay, that you'll get enough reputation to make them friendly. So the thing about that, I never did the mission, but I did go and try it out. The mission was actually just finding the cargo and defending them while they fixed it. It wasn't anything interesting. It'll probably be hard if you try to do it on extreme mode, but I'm trying not to do any of that. I'm just trying to finish the mode. When I started. And I'll probably do it with a female to start instead of a male. But yeah, have a few clips. Have a good time.
Or if we want to understand his plans and prepare against them. This hiding place he was talking about in his notes. We must find it.
Don't forget, he has a personal guard. He's bound to have warned them against us after what happened.
You're right. We should be careful.
And we're gonna need an army. Alone against all of these creatures will be no match for them.
The natives will follow us. What do you think about the Nords?
I would like to answer you myself, but alas, I cannot. The question will have to be asked to the Admiral.
The idea disgusts me to ask for help from that viper Torsten. But his men would be useful. And we could also speak to the Mother Cardinal. The support of the Enlightened can't be refused. This hiding place he was talking about in his notes. We must find it.
Your cousin's insane, but he's not an idiot. He must have warned his personal guard about us.
You're right. We'll need to be careful.
Being careful will not be enough. We'll need an army.
It's true that at the rate he's gathering his creatures... I investigated and discovered the identity of the person who orchestrated the attacks on Hikmet.
I was certain you would eventually find out who. You never give up. So... who is the bastard responsible for all these deaths?
My cousin, Constantine.
Your cousin? You have some nerve. What do you want? For me to declare war on you?
No. You must understand that the congregation had no hand in this. Constantine acted alone. Ever since he fell ill, he hasn't been himself. And who knows? Maybe the shock he felt after your attempted coup had something to do with it.
These attacks would be his revenge. Why target the others then?
I don't know. But I know that he performed a native ritual bonding him to the island several times. Each of these rituals gave him a great magical power and control of some guardians. Now he's threatening to target the main native sanctuary at the heart of the island. And if he succeeds, we won't be able to stop him.
You come here with your bizarre tales about magic, rituals and sanctuaries. Probably expected me to send my troops out far away from my city. For all I know, you might very well still be acting on your cousin's behalf.
If that were the case, why would I have come to your rescue when the creatures attacked you? I could have just let them overwhelm you and your city would have fallen. But despite your treason, I helped you. And I'm now asking you to help me in return. I intend to ask for help from other factions, but your soldiers are the best. If we want to have a chance at saving this island and its population, we must fight together.
I am in your debt, it's true. Without your intervention, I would probably have lost my city. And since I don't want you to think I'm ungrateful, I will give you this. I hope that it will prove useful to you, but you will have to fight without us. My men will never follow you in battle. They don't trust you. Sorry, Teer Fradee.
That is regrettable. But thank you, Commander. I must go.
Naturally. I wouldn't want to hold you back.
Good day, Doctor.
Teer Fradee.
We are looking for help.
Help? I doubt that I could be of any usefulness, but I'll hear you out, of course.
I do not know if it's the Malachor or the ritual that saved him that's to blame. But my cousin has fallen prey to madness. He has decided to take control of the island, using powers he has gained from the peculiar bond he has forged.
I'm not sure I understand what you are telling me. Of course, I have heard you speak of the miraculous healing of Constantine. But what do you mean by powers and a bond?
My cousin participated in a ritual that links him to the island, as many of the natives have done. This ritual saved him and gave him his powers, and now he uses them in his thirst for conquest.
I'm not sure I believe in these mad stories, which resemble far too much the superstitions of Ptolemy. But if your cousin wishes to conquer this island for himself, it is vital to stop him. Alas, I no longer have an army, nor even doctors to send to heal your troops. Only this old weapon that allowed me to survive the coup d'etat. Take it. It is a unique weapon that I created myself. I hope that it will serve you well.
Thank you, Doctor. I will use it well.
Anything else?
I need to be going.
Farewell, Teer Fradee.
I have come to ask for your help, Admiral. My cousin has been plunged into madness, and he took control of many, and now he uses them to
A difficult situation. Who's in charge of the island is...
It actually does concern you. He's not looking for political influence.
I see. It's a decent argument.
We must stop him at all costs. I intend to convince other factions to support me, but I was hoping I could count on the help of the Nauts.
You're one of ours, Teer Fradee. Of course we will fight by your side in this battle.
Thank you, Admiral.
Godspeed, Teer Fradee. And good luck.
Nothing good, I fear. I have come to ask for your help in stopping my cousin.
Your cousin? The leader of New Serene? The one who was ill and disappeared?
Yes. Katasak had him undergo a ritual that bound him to the island in order to cure him. But the power he acquired from it made him thirst for even more power, and he turned on his allies. He intends to attack the sanctuary of Dorhat Genadu.
I understand now who Enon Milfrichtiman was talking about.
We need to stop him. And we will only succeed by gathering all the people who have settled on this island. I will go find the other governors. They cannot refuse to assist me. In the face of such danger, the grudges of old must be cast aside. We must all become allies.
You know how important peace is to me, and my duty as a High King is to answer the call of Enon Milfrichtiman. We will fight alongside you, Karants. I am no fighter, but our best war chief, Deirdre, will be leading our warriors. I would be honored if you would take this weapon with you, as a token of my friendship. May the volcano give you its strength and fury. Good luck, Karants.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Nothing. To think he's been plotting this. The intruder in the sanctuary was certain. We'll need to gather allies if we're going to stop him. But we will also have...
In that case, it would be best to go see Duncus. After all, he did say that his clan knew how to heal the earth, didn't he? And Merv is a bit too... hostile.
You're right. Let's go and find him. To the intruder in the sanctuary. We'll need to gather allies, but we will also have to
Even though I've studied the rituals of the natives, I really don't know how to proceed. I can only think of one person that could help us. Duncus. Mev is too hostile towards strangers.
You're right. Let's go and find him.
Alright, so yeah, as you can see, Torsten doesn't like us, and really, I mean, considering he's the one who did the coup, he's the one who's like in the most pain right now. But yeah, he decided not to help us, so I have confidence that I'll be able to get the trophy. Let's go ahead and talk to Glendon and see what he has to say. It probably won't be any different from last time.
Hello, Glendon.
Teer.
To tell you that men are going to come all the way to the sanctuary. Some Renaigse.
I thank you for warning me in person. But our High Queen has already informed me. She is disgusted as much as I. That warriors from a faraway island tread the earth of our sacred lands. But we do not really have a choice, do we?
No. It is all of Teer Fradee and Enonmil Frichtemen that's in danger. We have need of every able warrior to protect them. You need to prepare yourself as well. I fear that you will not be spared.
We will fight, have no doubts. Because such is our duty and our will. These are our lands that are attacked.
I have no doubt. Good luck, Glendon.
May the rocks give you their toughness. You shall need it more than everyone else. Can I do anything?
I must leave.
Alright, point of no return. Alright. So we just gotta go down to the camp and talk to our companions for the last time. Goodness, man. We're already at the end. And let me do something real quick. Since this is going to be the last mission, I'm going to have to fight that big thing at the end. I'm going to make some potions. And we'll just ramp it up to 100 because I can. Alright, let's gather our companions. Yeah, this should be fine. Hopefully...
How are you feeling, my child? What you are about to do is difficult.
Don't make it harder than it has to be, Petrus. Fighting against your cousin isn't pleasant, but it's the only logical thing to do.
A nicer way of saying he has no choice.
Indeed.
Nicer.
I must stop Constantine, regardless of what it may cost me. Not only to obtain an antidote to the Malachor, but also to save this island.
I have learned many things by your side, and thanks to you, I was able to give my mother back to the earth.
Now, I'm pretty sure if you don't finish her
And
quest,
this is my land,
she would
my
not say
people.
that.
I will be by your side.
They probably wouldn't say a lot of
You
this
will
if
not
we
go
didn't finish
through
their
this
quest.
ordeal alone.
What's happened to Constantine is regrettable.
And we
But
can't
you're doing what
see
must be done.
Kurt.
You're a good person,
Kurt, you're
Greenwood.
there, are you not?
Then you can
I
count
guess
on
they
your old
expected you to
master of
have
arms
Kurt
to
on
protect
your
you.
side.
We will all
That's
go.
why I was questioning.
After all, this concerns all of us, doesn't it?
Naturally.
We will be by your side to support you both physically and spiritually.
And this will go on,
Thank
so...
You have been precious allies, and you are proving once more the value of your friendship. Now let's go. It'll be a shame if we arrive too late.
Alright. Gang's all here, yep. Oh, there goes Kurt. I don't know why. That happened in the other save. Why did that happen? Alright. Well, not the other save. Just before, I kind of tested this out a bit to make sure everything was fine. So, yeah, but Kurt's there. Maybe they expected you to have him in, like, your party.
Constantine managed to get through. Let's hurry.
But there is a difference in the other save, though. When the coin guard doesn't help you, and I've already pushed them to the point where I can just fight the boss, Hickmek isn't there. And the coin guard isn't there. So, once you defeat the beasts that are in that area, Afra stays behind to help. But when I think about it, it's like, if the beasts are coming from uphill, why would they, you know, come from behind? I don't get it. Maybe Afra came after us afterwards, but I don't know. It's all a mystery. Oh, you also wouldn't find these bodies around as well. I don't even know why I'm picking everything up. I guess it's just a collectionist in me. Yeah, I guess it's mainly bestly used for ammo. But these are all the Hickmek and coin guards, so let's go ahead and continue.
Desade, glad to see you. Sadly, we couldn't stop your cousin.
He suddenly stormed our position, along with a horde of enraged creatures. We didn't stand a chance.
And now there are beasts attacking us relentlessly. My men are doing all they can to stop them.
We thought it best to stay here to keep the path open for you, should you want to face your cousin.
Thank you. You did well. I'll do everything in my power to catch him and stop him from carrying out his plan. Keep holding on as long as you can. I need to be able to reach him.
Wait, there's a group of creatures coming.
Yep. Alright, get out of the way. Move! There they go. Let's take them all down. Corrupted beast. Get me out of the way. Get me in there. Oh, goodness my. There we go. And you're out. One more.
I'll stay here with them, Greenblood.
He's right. We must help them stop these creatures.
Are you sure?
Every minute gained is a minute that allows you to save us.
Glad to have you with us, Kurt. Just like the good
Old days.
And thank you too, Afra.
Afra's an honor.
Enough with the talking, Greenblood. Go.
And stop Constantine.
In that case,
yep.
thank you.
I really don't like Afra, man. That type of attitude is just not something I deal with. Alright, then we get down here and we gotta fight a few beasts. Yep. Because no one came after. Maybe the beasts come from like offside of the mountains instead of down these straight paths. But I mean, it seems more plausible that they were down these paths instead of off the mountain itself. There you go. Last one.
Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
And you're out. There you go. Nice. Okay. Let's continue forward. So the next few are the natives and the knots, I believe. So we'll be losing Vasco and Siora. Goodness, man. And since High Queen is High Queen, she shouldn't be here. No, she's still here.
There you are. I was starting to think that we would die here for nothing. Your cousin just passed through here with a horde of beasts, and he keeps sending us more.
We won't hold very long. We're not used to fighting creatures like these.
We are, and we will hold long enough for you to reach the heart, even if we must die in the process. But you must chase him. You must prevent him from performing the ritual at all costs. If Enon Milfrichtiman dies, we're all doomed.
I'm well aware of that, believe me. But here come some more beasts. To arms!
Alright, get out of the way. Attack! Because they're coming from up here. Alright. Nope, get away. There we go.
Let's go!
Take it down, take it down, take it down. Use magic. Get weak against it.
Let's see if you can walk.
Ah, goodness me. Heal.
Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Wait. I'll stay with my people.
And I'll stay with her. One blade more can't hurt.
We need to prevent the beasts from following your tracks.
Yeah, we could use some help here, to be honest.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but the Moridigan isn't wrong.
You see? Over and done.
You should go now. And may the volcano give you its strength.
Well, good luck. Oh, and Siora. Kayato.
Yes, the Sade! Cartel! I love you! Goodness, man. I love the Sade bringing all the love. Alright, Petrus, it's just you and me. Let's hurry up. Get back to Siora.
Is this the last time I'll see your face?
I don't know.
Go.
Alright. Let's see. There we go. Alright, Petrus is up here with me. I think the last time I played this area, I noticed that he wasn't with me. And I was saying, like, Petrus, where are you? And it seems like he didn't get up off that ledge. Goodness, Petrus. But man, goodness, Siora, come on! I don't know about Constantine now. Constantine, I don't know. I'm kind of pulling for Siora now. You're gonna have to die, man. I'm sorry. It's love. It's not personal. Well, it kind of is personal, but hey, you're corrupted, possessed. Don't blame yourself. Blame his island. All right, last checkpoint.
There you are. Praise the Enlightened. Your cousin
has already reached the heart. Our other allies informed me. They are also trying to stop the creatures.
What do you intend to do?
Pursue him all the way there and do everything I can to stop him.
In that case, may the Enlightened keep you in his divine... Oh no.
We're being attacked. Let's go, Petrus. Just you and me and her for some reason. The Mother Cardinal did not send good reinforcements. What the heck? And how are these any different from the beasts we... Oh, okay, they're poisonous. There you go. Yeah. Get back. Change it. There we go.
This time it's my turn. I'm staying with my people.
I knew you'd say that.
Well, I wasn't going to let the young ones get all the glory.
Your help would be a blessing, Father.
You see? You should go now, my child. Be careful. We are all praying for your success.
Thank you, Petrus. Be careful too.
See you later, Father. Get it, Father? Oh, goodness, man. Considering he's the only father figure... Well, not father figure, mostly the father we have. I'm not going to collect anything. But it is time, you guys. The ending is here. All I gotta do is fight one more enemy and we're done. Man, it's been such an interesting adventure. Especially since we did this all for Siora. I regret nothing. Alright, Constantine. Let's end this.
Constantine!
Restrain him!
Alright, get away, get away, get away! Oh! 1, 2, let's pick all that up. Whoa, he got me. Get away, come on! Don't take that time. Yeah, heal. There we go. Yeah, when he's in that animation to shoot, he can't stop. There you go. She's done magic. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on timing my magic. He doesn't take too long to, charge his attacks. And I can actually catch him off guard easily. But I gotta watch out for these rocks and that. Yeah, I see you. I should try the burst one though. It doesn't do too much. But this thing obviously doesn't like ammo attacks. Get away. When he does that, he's about to jump. Hey, get off me. You're not ready. Yeah, you're not ready. I'm not even using my blunt weapon either, which obviously tells you that magic is far superior. Well, kind of. It only does like 200, so. Oh. Maybe we shoot him when he has his arm up. No. He's taking more damage now. He's taking actually 800 and 1,000. Maybe because he's weak? Probably. Well, let's end this with magic. Ah! Attack!
No! Stop! Step back. I do not desire your death. I'm sorry.
Why? Why have you done this?
But for you. For us. So that we may live free at last.
This makes no sense. Constantine, it's madness.
You don't understand because you're still attached to the old world. This old, dying world which, to survive, has betrayed, used, and manipulated us and would not have hesitated to kill us.
Perhaps, but
I've seen death, cousin. And I understood the vanity of it all. My father's ruses just so he could earn more power. The political bowing and scraping to preserve corrupted nations. I have been offered unrivaled power, allowing me to get rid of this, to send the old world back to its inevitable death, and to build something new here. Something unique. And this new world is my gift to you. You and I could be its new gods, the immortal and benevolent monarchs.
He himself is the incarnation of the old world he is speaking of. He has its vices and its poison. For his own immortality, he's prepared to destroy everything around him, to break millennia of cycles. I implore you, flesh of my land, think of all the lives that will come to an end to feed his bride.
Don't listen to this old god. He's like all the others, after all, clinging to life. All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me, and we will be gods together, forever.
You know, I kind of was questioning, like, because we have a love interest, that this should have kind of happened automatically to kill Constantine. But, you know, I'm kind of interested in understanding what happens when you link yourself to Constantine. I'll probably look it up, but right now, Constantine, I'm sorry.
Come. Oh, what a shame.
Good night, sweet prince.
Once Constantine had fallen, Deirdre kept her promise. She led all the native clans as they managed to drive the invaders off their island. The island found peace again, and nature took over the abandoned cities. But the old nations were plunged into war, and the Malicor grew ever more devastating. Those who bravely fought at Dorhad Genadu were celebrated everywhere. After all, if it weren't for this unlikely alliance, the island would have fallen into Constantine's greedy hands. This victory allowed Siora to become the Marl of her village, but she often leaves to be reunited with the one she believes to be her soulmate. Sieglinde took Kurt as an advisor,
Alright, that's what I'm talking about. The ending didn't really change too much aside from just a few words. I'm pretty sure most of them aren't going to change too much. But yeah, that's what happens when I guess you get a partner. It's just, most of the endings for this are just like end words and nothing more with pictures or frames.
For his bravery, Vasco was awarded
the rank commander. I don't know. Is Commander a better rank than Admiral? I don't know. I think Admiral's a little bit higher.
But he often comes back to visit his brother-in-arms. Petrus's ambitions have finally been
sucks
fulfilled.
that Petrus didn't keep the San Mateus outfit, but I guess I can understand why. Oh man, I like that outfit a little bit better. It was a little bit more golden instead of silver.
He still
First rate, as I'd call it.
The one he calls his child. Despite the help Ulan received, which allowed him to restore the importance,
I'm pretty sure Ulan was run out of Teer Fradee as well.
He still had to renounce the role of Marl as he faced the contempt of the other clans. After driving off the settlers, Deirdre started destroying what they had built. She wanted to erase all traces of the inquisitors and savants who had hurt her people, only keeping what her Karants advised her to keep. Thanks to the help Dunkas's clan received, it continued on its mission to heal the earth. It attracted many young islanders who were eager to learn.
Alright, so we know what happened to the 3 leaders. So yeah guys, I'm gonna probably from here on add the endings from the other part, you know, from the Kurt Dead save. I have one with Ulan and one with Dunkas, and I think a few things will change, but those will mainly like be for trophies. So yeah, after that, I'm actually going to be going to the Codex and looking at things over there and probably explaining some things about the game, but mainly read the Codex and what all it has. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and do that.
After the fall of Constantine, things went back to the way they were. The settlers kept flowing in, and the influence of the old nations on the island increased. It relegated the natives to small enclaves around their villages. The Malachor devastated everything, and eventually even appeared on Teer Fradee. These precious friendships allowed my student to slowly forget Kurt's treason, even though he still feels bitter about it at times. Under Ulan's authority, the face of the island changed. New mines, fields, and sawmills appeared. Cities became larger. All of this contributed to the wealth and power of the Sisag-Names clan, at the expense of the others. Although it was weakened on the continent, the Guards' influence kept growing on the island around their city of Hikmet. They managed to establish peace with the natives, where the Alliance had only managed to create anger, despite the negative influence of some shady members in their midst. After the fall of Constantine, my young student managed to establish stronger links between the old nations and the natives. Some of their Donegat.
Alright guys, so we're back out here just before the battle happens. And we're just looking at the stats real quick. As you can see, we have Loving with Siora, and we're Suspicious with the Congregation. Yeah, that was all the same. Looking at the skills now, for this route I think I had a bit more skills because I went to level 44, and thus I was able to get all of these. But if I was to tell you to play this game from like a new standpoint with just some input, I would say go for the healing and maybe the burst as well, since you don't need a ring for that, I believe. And probably the rolling technique, because that's very useful for like when you have handed attacks. I think everything here is pretty good. I never really used the slash. I tried doing that the first time. It didn't kind of work out. Yeah, I think these are the anointed weapons and the bombs. Now I think you have to craft the bombs, but I don't know too much about how that works out. And then we got a file throw, which I think is pretty much different. I don't know how the traps will work for this. But if you're going to go for the attributes as well, depending on your build, you may want to stay with how it asks you to like work it out. Like the first time I had the mainly stay on strength and endurance and accuracy. Accuracy is always good to have, you know, for any type of weapon. But we also stayed on willpower and mental for the magic route. So I don't know how the technical route will work. I would say accuracy, agility, and strength would be the best to go for the technical route. And probably the 2 endurance for the 1 suit, because the 1 suit is really good to me. I've never had any problems with it, and it seems like the strongest armor. And then from talents, you only really need probably science and crafting 1, and probably vigor if you want to skip some parts. But I would just say go up to the 2 vigor, charisma. First start on charisma, because you're going to need that if you want to skip through most parts of the games. And lockpick as well. Lockpick is good for certain parts, but these are mainly for chests. And intuition as well. If you have intuition, that's also, you know, a huge advantage. Now, I'm guessing certain parts of the games are affected based on the missions that you play on first. So intuition and charisma can be heavily affected by that. But you gotta remember that for charisma, when you have that percentage, that's an actual percentage, and the game is like doing a random number generator, determining like when you have 75%, like whether or not you're going to hit it. And most of the times you'll hit it, but it seems like the game really favors you not to hit it. But yeah, the talents are pretty good. I don't know how they would do it in another game. They'll probably still use the same talent system. I would say they should kind of change it a little bit. I don't know. I feel they should have changed it a little bit. Now we're here with the items. We used the ring, and the mace was just a secondary. And I was using this gun to fight the main boss at the end. But the legendary suits, they don't hold much weight except for this one, at least for me. I think there's like 5 total or 6 in this game, and most of them are kind of useless and don't really give you too much armor, because in this game, armor is like, it's what you need. If you don't have armor, you're basically screwed. The game's gonna screw you, and it's not a fun time. So let's see. I try to go with fashion for the Sardé, but I also try and keep them strong. So if I can find like a good mix between the two, you know, and this worked out. Luckily, it worked out, because this is the first time. This is the first one I used, and I looked at the suit and I said, you know what? Aside from the hat, everything else is okay. But I didn't want him to go hatless because the hat gives armor, so you know, I gave him the tricorn hat. I don't know if this hat is different from the other one I have, but I like this one. This one's a little bit, it's like brown with some metals attached on the side. I like this one very much. Then we got the bag, got consumables, which you don't really use. Now, the way they could have done this, they could have had just like stopped it like at 10 or 20. I feel like having that much and stopping each and every one of these at that point would have been nice. That way the weight wouldn't have been so much, especially since you have to get bigger in order to have, you know, more weight to carry. Let's go back on the bag. We got ingredients, which don't take up any space but are kind of useless and only useful. If anything, they should have limited the potions to certain potions, not every potions, and probably like made the game to adhere more to using them. And then we have the story or quest items. These are only useful in the quest that they're used in, but considering you can have more than one of them for some of them, like the silver mark for the one mission with the shadow guard, it kind of seemed very useless to me. And then we have junk, which you can sell all the junk. None of the junk is important, and I wish I had known that in the first playthrough, because I would have sold half all the crap I was saving them. I had believed that some of it would have been sold for a higher bid, but it seems not to change too much at all. So next we got the mats. The mats are pretty cool. They have the campfires, which are nice, so you can fast travel between them. Though I do wish that some mats had like better placements, because not all maps have good placements of the campfires, because you just put in one place and then another place is just mainly locked out, and sometimes that just didn't work out for me. And then we have the quests, side missions, and then the main mission. Now, we only have, as you can see, 8 main missions in certain areas, and I felt like because the missions only gave you money, that there probably should have been a little bit more, and if not, at least give you XP. Money is easy to come by in this game, but XP, that's something you have to grind. Because I'm pretty sure if you did all the quests, that you wouldn't get near the level I'm at now. At best, I think probably level 28 or 30, but in order to get those higher levels like I've been doing, you're going to have to grind a bit. Then we have the side quests. And the side quests are just the quests from our allies and the villagers quest. This is before everything. This is the research for the exploration in Saffron notes. The children of Teer Fradee, I think these are the native missions. Yeah. Then the Shadow Guard mission for the Coin Guard. Name of Signs, Dr. Silly missions. Then we got the companion quest for Siora, Petrus, Origins of Ptolemy, Kurt's quest, Knott's quest, the Vasco quest, Afra's quest. And yeah, those are all the side quests. So side quests were mainly based on what the factions were doing at the time. And I like them because you had to go out and find them for the factions. You know, you couldn't just be giving it to them. They require you to explore and actually look at the problems. I guess they could kind of better that in a way. You know, like kind of put up a community board or something like that. A community board, goodness man. Then we have all the quests for the main quest, or it's just called quest. So we got the ancient secrets, which is the main quest where we looked around for information of the first settlers on the island aside from the natives. Then we got the coup d'etat, Constantine's fate when he got sick, a new threat, which is the one we're on right now, and then a cure for Malachor, which is the main mission for the whole game. And as you can see, it's the longest one, which makes sense, but because it was split up into like 3 parts, because I think that's how this game was worked. It was split up into like 3 different parts. Yeah, 3 different parts. And then we got the world map. Now I actually like the world map because the fast travels and how they made the game and how you have to unlock certain areas. I like that. It requires you to actually explore the areas and look around and actually go through different ways in order to get to certain areas. Like, you know, this area in Swinvar that was blocked by a rock, you can actually get there if you go backwards from Vidivaline, from in here, and actually get to the back of here where you can actually go in there early on and attack the sick beast. So that's how I was able to find it the first time. I kind of forgot it the second time until like the last second when it was a mission, you know, the side mission for Cordicillion where he had us explore it. I had this mission for that and then I forgot how I got there, but I'm glad I remembered it. Unfortunately, in the other save, for my Kurt Dead save, you can't get there. Well, you can get here, but you can't get every place in Frozengod. So if you have Hikmek taken over, you're kind of screwed, and that kind of sucks because that seems like an oversight. It seems like they should have made a different way to get there, and that whole area shouldn't have been cut off, because to me it seems like there's a whole area of warriors that we don't ever know about. But it also seems to me that if this actually happens, the side quest itself should know that you can't complete it because you won't be able to do a mission. And considering that you can't just like barge into Dr. Asili's lab, it's like, what do we do? You know? But now we're finally at the Codex, which is the characters, the places, the creatures, the ingredients, and game guide and notes. Now, I don't like the notes. I'm pretty sure it's obvious why. Look at this. It makes no sense. What they should have done is that they should have, you know, put the notes in their own little sections so that they know what notes are used for what. And you know, I'm not going to be looking for a certain note to find some type of treasure, because some of these are treasure notes that tell you where like a hidden chest is and has legendary armor in. And that's another thing, you know, in the Frozen God area, there's legendary armor across where the Nea Extragao is. And we can't get it because, you know, the mission is locked. And I'm talking about the Kurt Dead save when I say that. I can get it now. I think I actually already have it, but you can get it then. And then plants and gems, yeah, we won't go over any of this. This isn't important. The main importance are the first three. So let's go ahead and get started. The Merchant Congregation. Alright, so we got Mr. de Sardé, which is basically our character. And obviously, because we have no real face, it's just a painting of our face or attempted face. And I'll just go down slowly on these so you can read them. It's nothing we already don't know. Except for, I think, a few characters. Hopefully everybody that's important is in here. But I'm not too sure whether or not they are. Then we got Constantine here. And it kind of sucks. I really like Constantine because he's kind of like the Sarda. He was happy to leave, happy to get off the island, and wanting to find a cure for the Malachor. Then we got Lady Lauren of Morange, or Madame de Morange. I guess that's what "de" means, of goodness, man. Yeah, she didn't play really much of a part. She was only part of that one mission and there to, I guess, comfort Constantine. Then we got our mother, Princess de Sardé, who again wasn't anything important, but I guess there's some story there. I'm really questioning whether this game is going to continue because we never really visited any of the other places, so there's a possibility this game may get a sequel. Then we got Mr. de Cosillon, our teacher slash friend or friend slash mentor. Beautiful man. Love him. Most useful. Alright, then we got Taleme, Cardinal Antonius, which is the guy we saw at the beginning, I believe. Yeah, he's ambassador. He's an ambassador for Serene. We got Mother Cardinal Cornelia, and she's the Cardinal for Taleme. She was an okay character. You know, she's like Burren, she's a leader, so, and like Constantine in that regard. Then we got Petrus, and I think they just used the picture from this on the end. Goodness, man. I gotta say, I really like the San Mateus armor better. I mean, he has a hat on in this one. I think it's different from what he had on originally. So Petrus regards you as the son he never had, of course. And Inquisitor Aloysius don't like this guy, too extreme. But that's what they're for. I don't know. Because there should have been more endings in our ending. But because we did certain things, of course there wouldn't be, so. And then Bishop Domitius, which is literally a one-time quest guy. He wasn't too important, but he was there for whatever he was. See, there are a lot of characters in this game that just play their part and leave, and that kind of sucks. And Ambassador Sahin, he's the first guy we met from at the beginning of the game. Then we got Governor Burren, the most incompetent leader ever, but I guess he became leader for whatever he did. I guess as a doctor. He used to be a doctor, so. What about a military leader? He doesn't look like a good military leader. Yeah, that's questionable. And we got Afra. Goodness, man. Afra is work. I didn't like her from the beginning just because for someone who's supposed to be logical, she was willing to be very aggressive and, to me, illogical, not really reading the situation, just jumping to conclusions. Especially since she knows that we've encountered certain things. And like I said, in the game way, she hasn't experienced everything with us since we can only bring 2 allies, but in like a cinematic type of way, she's experienced everything with us, like all of our allies have. So she should have no worries or apprehensions of whether magic or what the islanders use are fake or whatever they think, superstitions. Then we got Lab Manager, who had no importance in the story whatsoever. And then we had Dr. Vasily, whose importance was only there to be a villain and nothing more. and aside from being a teacher, to Afra. So yeah, he played his part much like the other guy and was gone. Alright, next is the Coin Guard. Now, Commander Torsten is actually someone who is it's like, he's a main baddie, He's one of the main evils in this game, and compared to others, it's the only one that I guess what I could remember. Torsten is dead. You made him pay for his treachery with his life. Are you sure he's still not down in the... Well, no, because time's passed. Okay, time's passed. Then we got Kurt, our friend and master. Now, here's the thing. Normally, if you had tried to play the game and tried to hold the companion missions for the end, that would not be the best way to play because Kurt ends up turning on you. But remember that in Kurt's mission that you find the note about Commander Torsten and his scheme and give it to Siglander, and I guess she does something, but the coup still happens. And that's what changes his mind. But if you don't do that, then Kurt betrays you. And I think that's very smart. It pushes the player to actually play the game instead of trying to hold things off and make it think the game is like every other game, And that's what most games should strive to be. Try to be different or, try to do their own thing. And I like that with Kurt because I'm pretty sure most people who played this game never stop and try to do the main missions but never care for the side quests, saying that, oh, I'll do it at the end of the game. But at the end of the game, you can't really go back and do the missions anymore. They're lost, And that's very interesting. Great use of gameplay and changing it up. Then we got Quartermaster Manfred. He wasn't as useful. And then what happened to the other guy that we met on the first island? I mean, if you're going to mention the ambassadors, you should mention the other guy from the first, Coin Guard area. Now we got the Knots. Admiral Cabral. She was okay. She's alright. Nothing much. She's just a admiral. Then second mate Fernando, who she knows. Now I don't know if second mate is like on a crew, but it says he's captain, and he's fully demoted to the admiral. Okay. Oh, he's second in command. Okay, so he's the second in command to the admiral. All right, that makes more sense. I didn't understand how that was working out. Then we got the man Vasco, and yeah, kind of like the others, they just used his picture. I guess that was the full slide of his picture. Goodness, man. Interesting. But he becomes commander. I guess he gets his own fleet. Does that bring him closer to becoming an admiral? Or is an admiral better than a commander? I can't really tell you. Then we got Captain Reuben, another... He's not really that important. He was just there for the time and we caught him. He's kind of like the other one, Dr. Silly. He was just the bad guy for the Knots, so... The only true bad guy that we had that was competent was actually Commander Torsten. But that's because of his rank. His rank is very high. And then the natives of Teer Fradee. Alright. Siora. Man, I love this woman. Headstrong, wise, but she's kind of naive. She's going to become Maul, and that's cool and everything, but she needs to be... Well, I guess because her mother to me seems more like Deirdre, Deirdre was very violent, and I guess that's how her mother raised her. And she loves her mother, so she would follow her mother's examples, but that kind of keeps her in like a hut, to say, her own little area, and she's not able to blossom in my eyes, But, she's very intelligent. Is also the sage and most likely going to be a Donegada and possible future High Queen. If she learns from Dunkus. She has to learn from Dunkus. Everything else matters not if you can't learn, especially from Dunkus. Dunkus is, man, I love the guy. He's one of the favorites of the natives, aside from Siora and Katasat. And you have managed to win the heart of Siora and are now her Manunan, her soulmate. Man. I didn't know they actually changed the information inside the codex, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't there the first time we met her. Then we have Azeld, her twin sister, but they grew up differently. So, and they also, she chose a face paint, but Siora didn't. And we got Mev. She seems like one of the people that were pained from like having the natives come. She was one of the pain victims, and she had to, you know, take the brunt of it. And now that she had to help foreigners in order to save the island, it's like, if we never came, all this wouldn't have happened. But then again, if you had taken more initiative to understand the foreigners, this probably still wouldn't have happened, because from what the story says, the natives weren't welcoming. So, hey, that's something to think about. And then we got Sarah. Sarah, not an important character, only there for Vinbar's mission, and I would even dare say that Vinbar himself wasn't even that major of a character, but he did take Constantine and kill Katasak, one of his own, but I still don't see why people defend him, but whatever. Vinbar, King Vinbar is the High King of Teer Fradee. You had to kill him who lost his mind. He lost his mind, so even he was overtaken by power itself. So this could have happened to a native and or a foreigner. So it didn't matter who. It's just that the natives have a stronger bond to the island, so it's like their hate will be focused at who they hate. So that would be the foreigners, and thus he would be more prone to just fighting them. But how the story plays out is that it seems Enalma Frictiman can control the Guardians, and the Guardians protect. Man, I don't know how that's gonna work. There's so much there to like unravel how all this works, but they'll never explain it. They never do. And then we got Deirdre. Deirdre is now the High King of Teer Fradee thanks to your support. Of course, and obviously the considered bad ending. She drove everybody who I considered an enemy away, which is good for us, but that will also probably be considering us. Then we got Dunkas. Dunkas, the main man, the main healer, the main wise man, the sage, the true sage of Teer Fradee. Goodness, man, I love Dunkas. Dunkas is pretty cool. Compared to all the other natives we met, he's probably the most, like as he said, balanced, but he's probably the most compassionate of all. He understands, like, justice, I guess, is in a sense. Native justice, or, you know, nature's justice. You know, he understands how things work. Then we got Ulan, who has a beard? Is that a beard? Or is that just bad rendering? I don't know. Goodness, man. I know everybody hates Ulan, but I mean, what's with that? It looks like a beard to me from where I'm sitting, but it's probably just some dark face paint, which I can't see. I'm serious. If I see this in post and that's a beard, goodness, man, I'm surprised I never noticed that. But yeah, that's Ulan. Nobody in the clan likes him now, you know, at the end. But his ending is going to be very different, I'm pretty sure. Then we got Glendon. Now, Glendon seems like he follows like the way the water flows. If every native hates the foreigners, he's going to hate the foreigners. If every native loved the foreigners, which there was that one native who fell in love with that other guy, and we never got any confirmation on that. But if they love the foreigners, he'd probably love them too, but he'd probably have his own apprehensions, you know, about the foreigners. Then we got Katasak. The only one, I really believe he made a bond with Constantine. If it wasn't for, you know, the other foreigners like Ptolemy and, you know, the bridge, because they never say anything about the knots in the coin guard too much, but him and Constantine must have had that relationship if he was willing to bond him to the island. I mean, like, either that or he had like this sense of compassion or duty that he had to help this man and not fail. But yeah, that's all the characters. Let's go on to the continents. Continent of Cocaine, and these actually have much more to them. I think they're just like information on the areas. I can't really say. Most of them aren't, hopefully, too long, because it seems like I'm having to scroll a little bit more than what's needed. Yeah, like this one. Look, it's hitting every area. Like Beardry, Rules of the Dree. Goodness, man, y'all can pause it if y'all want to look at these. I don't think they're really too much important. I guess it kind of gives some lore. Or just explains their names, which would be nice. Village of Vigigada. Did a Kidan Nadagis. I think I almost got that right. Full history. I know I got that one right. But yeah. Bridge Alliance camp, that one area. Never on the map this far. I gotta say, out of all the areas in the game, the one I'm at right now is probably the best, just because it has this big river. Which is why I actually wanted to end it off here. We got Shagna, we have the village of Xavier. Name means white water, like healing. We got the region of Hikmek, the city of Hikmet. We got Dr. Asili's laboratory. I gotta say, with the whole area and my current dead save with Hikmet being off, I can't do anything about Dr. Asili. So I'm gonna guess that in the ending, because I haven't recorded it yet, I'm gonna add it in for you guys, but in the ending that it says that Dr. Asili gets away with most of his his studies, right? That or nothing happens, because I know that the endings change based on how you do certain quests. That's part of the reason we didn't have some of the quests, like the ones when, remember the quest where we had Talame talk about accepting the natives, the natives being there with San Mateus. And we convinced her to accept it. Last time they said something about it, but this time they didn't say anything about it. So I was very confused. It's like, that was something we did, but considering we picked Deirdre, it kind of makes a lot more sense. Village de Winzavar. Covis Cave of Knowledge. Now there's a lot of these around, and I felt that they had more of, Melinda Flock, love this place, called Rocky Mountain. I felt they should have had more of like a usage. Like there were 2 puzzles we had in the game that unlocked trees, but for these Covis caves, they were just there and had really no use. And it was the name of the area instead of just the cave itself. Like, you remember that one cave that Katasak took Constantine to? We couldn't go in there. And that kind of sucks. I wish each and every one of the caves had areas. Unless there were only 3 caves and I'm just, putting more caves than needed be in my mind. And then we end off with the coin arena, which had literally no use aside from that one mission. Alright, and then I guess we'll end it off here with the beast and animals. So we have what I call the bears, but they're called Oog and Valig. And they're pretty simple. I think they're very resistant to physical attacks, but not to magical and elemental. Right, then we got the Undrigs and Duntrig. It's the Undrig, Ancient Undrig, the Duntrig, which is the Lizard Undrig, I like to call it, and then the Herd Chief. Now these are the big white ones. They're the hugest ones out of all of them. They're usually with an Ancient or an Android, and maybe a Duntrig. Dosentats. Okay, so the Dosentats are the bats. You got the Dosentat, the Vampire Dosentat, the Viperous Dosentat, which I believe is poisonous, the Venomous Dosentats, which is obviously poisonous because they're really green, and then the Queen Dosentat. I don't know if they're poisonous or not, but she's the biggest one out of all of them. Then we got Tinlins and Yurglins. The Tinlins are like the lower part, the Brass Tinlins are like the midway, and then we get the Yorklins. They're like the sages of the Tinlins. And the Spitting Tinlin, which is poisonous and it's green, and I think they said the brass ones? No, they're strong. There we go, the Spitting Brass Tinlins. Now they're as poisonous as the Spitting Tinlins. And then the Ancient Tinlin, which is the big white ones. I don't know how you get a Tinlin like this. Maybe it's like some type of mating, but none of that's probably important. Now I got the Lowlands, Lowlegs, and Lunvaras. So the lowlands, these big creatures that I consider one of the most dangerous because they have long tails. The purple lowlands, which have like a larger head, like a cranium type helmet. And low logs with the little spines on their backs. Goodness, man. Lunvaras, these are like the armored lowlands. They're pretty strong. They hurt too. Sulfurous lowland, or lowland, yeah, sulfurous lowland. They're poisonous, are they not? Yes. No, they're not. I would have thought so, having named sulfurous. Then the albino lowland, which I've never seen aside from probably in the arena, based on what the picture shows, because I've never seen that one before. Maybe it's just the lighting. Yeah, it's probably just the lighting. Then common fauna, the Teera, which is like a chicken, the fox, and the deer. None of that's important. Then the Nidog, the guardians of Teer Fradee, unknown creature, which is probably a Nidog Manemin or a Magman. Yeah, a Nidog Magman. Then Nidog Schlossman. That's all you need to know and how you want to fight them. Not really that important. Corrupted Nidog Schlossman. Looks pretty old. Nidog Manemin, which is the flying one with Vinvar turned into. And corrupted Nidog Manemin. We got the Nidog Vitamin. Corrupted Nidog Vitamin. Then Nidog Glindamin. I like this Nidog Glindamin. It looks way better than this one. Then Nidog Magman. It's just like the unknown one, so that's why I say it has to be this one that came to Serena for the first time. Then the corrupted Nidog Magman. Creature looks like a Nidog, but it doesn't look sick. Well, it does look sick, but it doesn't look sick like you would think. It's the better one. I like this look compared to this one where it just has a skull and some horns, because it actually looks like an actual guardian. And with the weapon it has, it just works. I don't see this one being the one you want to fight, but this one. This is the one I'd actually be scared of tussling with compared to this one. This one looks wild, but this one looks like more civilized. But yeah, that'll be all the creatures. And that'll be the end, you guys. Aside from these plants and other things which aren't too important. Yeah, none of these are really that important. You can use science to make them. None of them are that important. But yeah, guys, it's the end of GreedFall. Just go ahead and take a last look around while the load goes off. We got Afra and Siora. Siora, I loved you. We've had a great time, Afra. It's disappointing that I had to know you, but you did what you had to do, considering you only use like a gun. You should have probably put some of those skills into using swords or blunts. Goodness, man, she only has a gun, but it's a powerful gun. But yeah. But one more surprise, guys. Guess what? This isn't the first time I've done this. No, this is the second time I've recorded this. And it's unfortunate because I wasn't able to catch all my audio. So this is like a whole different time. So I'm going to ask you, did it sound convincing that I actually re-recorded this? Hopefully not, because I was stuttering a lot, and I believe this is a little bit longer than the first one. The first one was a little bit shorter because I was going very fast. But I don't know what's going to happen. I think I'm going to play Assassin's Creed 3, the DLC with King Washington, because I've never played that before. And I find it's going to be interesting, and it'll hold us over for the time being, because right now we're in February. And some games are going to come out, and I've got to get ready. And if I'm going to play Assassin's Creed and do this, I got to do it now. There's also the chance that I may continue Spyro, but maybe further on in the future, because Spyro 3 is a new game entirely to me, and I don't know how to play that game whatsoever. So I'll put it on whenever we have like an open spot. But I do have games that I want to play, and those games are going to be a little bit longer. Compared, so we may have to wait a bit for that Spyro bit. But yeah, guys, this is the end of GreedFall. Amazing game, just needs to be heavily polished and some things fixed, and control certain aspects of the game. A little bit of you know, a little bit of polish, it'll be great. It can be his own game series. I truly believe there will be a sequel, but I don't know too much about the Spiders company or developers, so I really can't say. But yeah, guys, until next time.